You're listening to Ask When, the podcast. Folks from all walks of life talk about their daily hustle and bustle, living and celebrating life, sharing tips on becoming champions, especially for those who are muscling mental and physical disabilities. Ask When, the podcast, with your host who has mustered over 30 years living with cerebral palsy and going strong. Author and cerebral palsy advocate Wynn Charles. Ask When, the podcast starts right now.
Welcome to Ask When, everyone. And today I'm bringing back a guest that I had on. We did the original interview last week, and she mentioned to me that she actually works for a multi-level marketing company. Now, here's the disclaimer. I don't want you to think that working for a multi-level marketing company, number one, isn't work. There's some good ones out there. Arbonne happens to be one of them. I know a couple others personally that there are great ones out there, Arbonne, and there's a couple others. But Autumn and I wanted to do this episode again because we want to bring you guys hope. We know that it's a trying time out there. We know that thousands of people have lost their jobs, and I myself got laid off. So even though I got laid off and I am blessed enough to be now doing the work I am doing, and I have considered joining a multi-level marketing company. I'm not going to tell you which one yet, but I have considered it. And so I'm going to let Autumn take it away and explain more about Arbonne. So Autumn, welcome again and take it away.
Thanks, Wynn. I so appreciate you having me on. And we are all facing very unknown times and future. And a lot of people are experiencing anxiety and worry and loss of jobs. And it's just, I love seeing the human spirit and the human race rise up and to support each other. I love seeing humor on social media, and it's not to minimize what's actually happening because so many people are actually in really bad times and facing not only financial distress, but also, health distress. And so I appreciate you having me on. And I appreciate also your disclaimer because there is no income that's guaranteed. This is not some get rich quick scheme. This is not the answer to everyone's prayers. This is this industry is one of the best, smartest things of the 21st century. And so
yes.
I was actually introduced to Arbonne, the company I've been with 17 years ago. And my background, believe it or not, I was in law enforcement. I felt like I knew what I wanted to do very young, and I was helping crime victims from domestic violence to sex assault to active shooting. And I was super happy with my job. But sometimes we are in fields or in passions or in hobbies that don't necessarily pay the bills. And I started in my late 20s. I was thinking like, someday I'm going to save more. Someday I'm going to be able to vacation more. Someday I'm going to be able to give more. And then I started really realizing very quickly that someday kept happening, like someday. And now I think it's even scarier because we're like, well, what about tomorrow? Like tomorrow is uncertain. And so I wanted to kind of take control of my finances. And so I was just going to work this as a side gig and make a little additional money. And a lot of times people get involved in these companies because they believe in the product. And that's exactly what happened to me. I started using the products, and Arbonne is a health and wellness company that focuses on mind and not only just mind, body, and skin. And so it's a much more holistic approach. And so I was very unfamiliar with the holistic approach. And as I started using the products, I started seeing results. Well, guess what happens when you see results? We all share, right? We all share when we experience results. It doesn't matter if it's like a great movie or a great restaurant or a great podcast. We all love to share what we love. And that's what happened to me. I started sharing these products. I didn't know that that would turn into a business. And so this business is definitely just referral marketing. A lot of these companies are called multi-level marketing or network marketing or social marketing or referral marketing. But it boils down to you're using something that you believe in and you share the products. Well, the companies don't generally use advertising, and there's not all these, they're not paying for like the advertiser or the model or the spokesperson to say they use the product. It's just word of mouth marketing. And so a lot of these businesses are based on the product has to be really good, and then we talk about it and then it spreads. And then what happens is, because we're not paying all those middlemen or multi-million dollars in advertising or retail stores, that money goes back into our pockets that's sharing it. So what has happened over the time of these companies is, and again, there's some great companies and there's not so great companies, just like any industry. But what happens is with these companies is that one of the main reasons I love these companies is because it's fair playing ground, which means at the bottom, we all have to start at the bottom. So I don't care where you live. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what your bank account is. I don't care what your education is. I don't care if you're cute or not, or man or woman. It doesn't matter. We all have to start at the bottom. And there's no magic bullet. As much as like I would love to say, okay, you guys, I have a secret. I'm going to tell you how like this works. It's not that way. This is work, but it is the smartest business to partner with in the 21st century, and especially today, because it's internet based. We can start at the bottom, but if we're willing to work and we're willing to learn and we're willing to be coachable, we can grow. And there's mentors that are assigned to you to be able to grow and flourish. And that's what happened to me. I didn't really see myself growing and learning and taking on a lot of self-growth and personal growth and professional growth, but that's exactly what happened. And so through this process, you are representing a product, but you're also learning to grow as a business person and as a leader. And so rather people want to jump in and kind of like what we call side gig money. Side gig money, if you look up like Forbes magazine recently just did an amazing article on side gigs, like why side gigs. If you think about side gigs, like everyone loves side gigs, like Uber and Airbnb, like everyone's trying to look for these side gigs right now. So if you're looking for these side gigs, and or you're looking like, especially right now with what's going on in the world, it's scary. And we're all analyzing like, wait, am I doing what I should be doing? And can this recover? And can I go back to this? And so there's just a lot of questions right now. Well, right now, this is an internet-based health and wellness company, which everyone is looking for health and wellness and beauty. And you can start it today as long as you have a phone. And I know I sound like a grandma right now, even though I'm only in my mid 40s. But back in the day, we didn't have internet and social media and to be able to expand our network, right? Our network was who we lived by, and our clubs and our church and our country clubs or whatever it was, and our kids' schools. Well, now, because of social media and because of the internet, we are able to expand globally into other markets and be able to represent a product, but also find other people that want to partner with us to be able to just either earn more or do more. And that's what I'm passionate about, is helping other people, whether they want to earn a little bit of extra income or a lot of extra income. I have tons of professionals on my team, from real estate agents to doctors, that just don't want to work like 40 years and 60 hours a week. We really want to like hold on to that lifestyle. And things are so rocked right now and unsure, and things that we thought we believed in before. It's tough times for people because I think belief is a strong thing. And when we believe in things and then they just kind of crumble or they're unsure in the future, it's really hard. And so luckily, I just partnered with this company 17 years ago, very, very reluctantly. I was extremely skeptical. I'm from law enforcement. We're skeptical of everything. But luckily, I just found a tribe that really kind of grabbed me by the arms and locked arms with me and said, you can do this, and held me up and believed in me and said, you know what, you can do this. And so it's just step by step. Again, it's not a get rich quick, scheme. It's just step by step. There's a business plan. There's solid products, 40 years of history, and pure, safe, and beneficial products to where I can kind of stand on. But now more than ever, I have an appreciation for creating something of my own because it makes me feel like I have a little bit of control over my future. Now, none of our futures, like, people like, I can't, I have no idea what the future holds. That's kind of every day. I mean, that was like a day ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago, 2 years ago. Anything could happen to any of us at any time. And so, we never know about tomorrow, but I love that I can try to take control for my own finances, but also other people's, and boost the economy and do what I can today. And that doesn't mean tomorrow's going to be safe either, but I know today I can do something. I can stay at home. I have a smartphone. Normally, I have a smartphone and I'm all over the world and working my business. But right now I'm home and I still have a business. And so I'm so thankful for that. And so, Wynn, thank you so much for opening this door to the possibility that anybody from anywhere can work a business like this.
Now, I have a question, and this will surprise my listeners have to guess that I know this. That I know this question, and you'll find out why in the next couple of weeks. I know this question. With Arbonne, can you join another company? Can you work Arbonne and work another company?
Absolutely. It depends upon the company and it depends upon your ranking with that company. We are allowed to be able to shop from numerous companies. I'm a strong believer in other companies. There's some really great companies out there that I love their products and I purchase personally. And so it depends if you're purchasing from those other companies or working from those other companies. And it depends upon the level of what some other companies have restrictions on that. Arbonne has restrictions on, they just don't want you to there's a organization called the Direct Selling Association, which is kind of the watchdog of these companies, which means companies that are really kind of on the up and up and doing amazing things for people are part of this organization. And there are specific guidelines to that to keep everybody feeling like they can work and purchase products. But I purchase products from other companies, and it depends upon the level that you are. If it's not a competing company product-wise, absolutely. And then depending upon your ranking in different companies, they just don't want you to cross-sponsor, which means it kind of keeps people from, to me, it keeps cheesy people from running around different companies and doing things that are unethical. But I can answer those questions one-on-one depending upon the company that people are involved with.
Because I know with other companies, once you start this, you must stick with them. So I know with Young Living, you must stick with them. And so I was going to ask you on them, is that the same with Arbonne? And so Arbonne is, you can go and purchase and work for other companies just to make more income. And now, does Arbonne provide, and I'm asking this for me, does Arbonne provide supplements or is it more skincare related?
That's a great question. So Arbonne actually started off as a skincare company. Arbonne's a weird word. So Arbonne actually is a place in Switzerland. So our founder's Norwegian, and he went over to Switzerland because he wanted to create an amazing skincare line. And so we went over to Switzerland because Swiss are kind of known for their cleanliness and their precision. And so he went over to Switzerland and to a place called Arbonne and created an amazing skincare line to market in America and beyond. So now we're in over 6 countries now. But what happened is from skincare in Europe, skincare is actually considered a wellness product because our skin is the largest organ, right? So we always think about our liver, our kidneys, or our heart, but our skin is our biggest organ. And so as Europeans, they actually believe that it's a wellness product, which it absolutely is. And so as Arbonne evolved, Arbonne believes that in the holistic approach of what you do on the inside of your body, it shows up on the outside, and what you do on the outside of your body shows up on the inside, right? It's all connected. And so through the years, Arbonne's had supplements, whether it's calcium or Digestion Plus, things like that have evolved. Well, through the years, we've gone from skincare to cosmetics, and now 50% of our sales and revenue is health and wellness products, because health and wellness is really where it's at. People are looking for that, those products that they can use every day, from a protein shake to an energy drink to a Digestion Plus to detox to a cleanse, like all of those things that we take in every day anyway. So it's a very holistic approach from what, I use. I mean, most females use about 14 products to get out of the door in the morning. Not that we're leaving right now because we're all on quarantine, but if you think about like shampoo to conditioner to deodorant to toothpaste to all of the products we use on our face and makeup just to get out the door, and to think you can buy that from your own store at a deep discount. And then you think you walk in and like, what supplements are you taking to feel and look your best? Everything from my drinks every day. I have Mind Health, which strengthens my mind, supplements for my skin, and energy drinks. So I'm using these products all day long. So it's things that people are using every day, every day, but we have hundreds to choose from. But also I think it's important for a company to be not too diverse. Like, we're never going to sell tennis shoes or washers and dryers. Our specialty is personal care products, and they're consumable. So people use them every day.
And now the big gun question: how much? And now this varies, you guys. How much is it to start with Arbonne?
It is $49 to open an account with Arbonne as a business builder. If you want to build a business with Arbonne, and that includes your website and includes a 35 to 50% discount on all products all year long with no minimal ordering. You don't have to order anything monthly to stay as a consultant. There is also a discount program with Arbonne that if you want to just get the products at a discount, it's only $29. So it's kind of like a discount Costco card or BJ's or wherever you would live in the world, but where you just shop at a discount whenever you want, and usually receive 20 to 40% off. So that's how it works. It sounds like it's not a lot. I think it should be a lot more because it's worth a lot more. We do have a 45-day money back guarantee on our products, so it's extremely low risk. But what Arbonne believes in is that everybody should have a chance to be able to join and build a business. So like me, I was living paycheck to paycheck, and I didn't have a lot of extra income to build a business. But Arbonne said to me, look, if you can just, do a little bit to get started, and obviously you want to believe in the products. So you want to be a product user, you want to use the products. And so you can able to share, then I could do the work to move up. The Arbonne does not believe in, buying these huge amounts of product and trying to resell them. We actually believe in just helping other people with the discount and or learning how to shop for pure, safe, and beneficial products. So that is all it is.
So there is no starter kit, so to speak, that you have to buy to get into Arbonne.
Nope. The bottom line is $49. We do have different kits. Like there's another kit that's another $49 that's like a whole bunch of sample packs that if you want to use them for yourself or to share. We have other packs that are 50% off, whether you want to use the wellness products or skincare for yourself, which I highly advise because again, I believe people should be a product of the product and not just believe in a company that they've never tried the products, but it's all 50% off. So like for me, honestly, I just couldn't afford a lot in the beginning, but I'm also in the top 1% of the company now because I worked it and I saw a pathway to be able to succeed. And so I did the work. It's not about the money that you come in with. It's about what you can create. And I'm all about helping people build a solid foundation in business that will last a long time for people.
And how many team members do you have sitting on your team?
That is a great question. I actually don't know because Arbonne, again, is very rare in this matter, but we are a product-based business or volume-based business, which means we count volume, we don't count people. So for instance, if my aunt ordered $80 of vitamins, awesome, that counts towards my volume and my title. And if somebody else sells $10,000 a month, that's awesome, that counts towards my volume. And so at this time, I think I have 35 vice presidents on my team, which means they earn a white Mercedes cash bonus towards their Mercedes-Benz, and they're at that level where, they're earning six figures or above. So that's the VP level. But we have people that are on my team that just want to earn $500 a month, and they're great with that. We have other people that, earn a few $1,000s a month on our team. And so there's a place for everybody in our company. It doesn't matter what your goals are or what your wants and desires are. There's a place for everybody.
And so that's my next question. Do they incentivize the teams? And yes, they do. They incentivize the teams. But as we said, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You're going to have to work it. And you're going to have to work it to the max. And now that you guys are all stuck in quarantine, you can work it and you can help your families out. And I have seen miracles come out of MLMs, and I have seen some amazing stuff. I've also seen scams come out of MLMs, but Arbonne, and there's a couple other good ones out there that I believe in, and you're going to have to be careful. I'm just saying, look for that seal of approval from Autumn. Give us the website that you said was the Watchdog again.
Yes, it's such a great website just to visit, just to see how many people are flourishing in this industry. It's the Direct Selling Association. And I think it's, I have the papers, I'm trying not to rustle in front of me, but it is if you just Google the Direct Selling Association, it's pretty amazing. And I want to address two things you said. Incentives. I love incentives because like when, you do you're running your own amazing podcast, and I actually have my own podcast, and, it's kind of like a lone wolf thing, even though we're supportive of each other and our listeners are supportive. There's not a lot of incentives besides like comments or downloads or reviews. And I like incentives because when I'm in business by myself, I love being in business by myself, but I also love incentives. And that's the great thing about these MLMs is that I'm in business by myself. I'm like for myself, meaning like it's my own business tax wise, but I'm not by myself, which means there's other people encouraging me and supporting me. And there are incentives. And believe it or not, I'm competitive. So I like going for incentives. They're kind of fun. And I appreciate that you brought up the word miracle too, that you've seen like miracles out of MLMs. There's so many stories of ordinary people like me that have absolutely live an extraordinary life now because of this. But there's a few things to look for, as scams. scams, or like, when people say pyramid schemes, they're illegal. People will get arrested. Like, my company's been around for 40 years, but what you want to look for is that they're not a big upfront cost, right? So, somebody that's like, oh, you need to invest thousands. That's usually not a company that is like on the up and up. The other thing is there has to be a product that moves, right? So if somebody's asking you for money and then you just find other people that have money, that's not like, you have to have a product that moves, a really good product that moves. And I believe a consumable product is the best way to go because people run out of it, they reorder, they become lifelong customers. And so there's just some things that you kind of want to watch out for. But that website will tell you a lot about, the company, how long they've been around, how many consultants there are, how many people are at the top of these companies. And, sometimes when you look at these companies, you're like, oh, like Arbonne has over 2,000 VPs at the top. But then you look at the rest, there's like a million other people underneath them. Well, yeah, but think about corporate America. Think about the government. There's not there's not thousands of people at the VP level. There's like a few, right? There's a CEO or a CFO. And so this is really fair playing ground where even though I had to start off at the bottom, just like everybody else, I get to choose how, far up I go. And there's different companies that allow you to move up to six figures, because of the way you want to work. So it's totally doable. But yes, definitely check out that website for sure.
And my last question, well, not my last question, my second to last question is, what is the payment structure at Arbonne?
So payment structures, for people that are outside of the industry, when you look at our payment structure, it can look like a foreign language, like looking at Korean or something. We do get paid three different ways. In Arbonne, we get paid retail, off retail sales. We get paid off of referring people just to the product that want to receive a discount. So they get a discount all year long and we get paid off their orders. And then we get paid on overrides, which means we teach other people how to work the business. And there's tons of bonuses and incentives, which we get every single month. We get paid every single week. We get bonuses every single month if you want to go towards that. And so it's definitely, there's a lot of talking any deeper gets a little bit complicated in talking about MLMs. But the biggest thing is to say, like Arbonne has a very generous compensation plan, and you want to be part of a company that it makes sense that if you're doing the work, you get paid for that.
And I'm assuming that they do it via bank account. I'm assuming they don't do it, or maybe they do nowadays. They don't do it via PayPal. I'm assuming that Arbonne does it via bank account.
Yep, it just goes into our bank account weekly. We just get a little text that says you've been paid this much. It goes straight into our bank account.
Okay. So it's direct deposit. So you guys, if you want, and I'll start doing these monthly with people. So if you guys want to reinvent yourself, and yes, I'm using that term because I am in the process of reinventing myself as a journalist. I am also thinking that you will find out in the next couple weeks of what I'm doing, of how I'm flipping my income, because now I need to flip it now that my income is going to get completely dried up. Not to say that I wasn't making that much to begin with, but I want to make more. So throughout these next couple of weeks, you're going to find out some interesting facts that you didn't know. But Autumn, I appreciate you coming on and sharing your experience with Arbonne. And where can people find you if they want to get a hold of you? And then how could they join underneath you if they choose to do so?
Sure. Well, first of all, before I share that, I just want to take a moment to appreciate you and the fact that you're using the word reinvent, because so many people are feeling lost or drowning or no way out. and that you look at this space as an opportunity to reinvent yourself, and whatever you're choosing to do is that you've made that choice, and that takes courage. And so I just want to kind of highlight you in that moment that, you're looking at this is a place. I love the word reinvent because that takes courage to do. So thank you for that. And where people can find me is my Arbonne website is Autumn Shields. Both of those are just words, autumn like the season and shields.arbonne.com. You can message me there, or I have a website, autumnshields.com. And I can send both of those to you. If you just reach out to me, this may or may not be a good fit for you. If you think something's kind of nudging you inside, wow, this something's I don't know, for some reason, this is stirring your interest. It's probably worth taking a look at. Again, no obligation. I run a huge team and I want the right people on my team, but I think that this is a really good place for whatever your situation is right now, for you to be able to dip your toe in and or run with. And so again, it's probably just worth a look, but I'm really good about just sending you links. You can check out the videos by yourself. You can check out the company by yourself, and just go from there. And I'm happy to, lock arms with you and help you grow.
Yep. And you guys will be hearing from me. And as I said, give me until June, until we see the fog out from the other end, and then you guys will hear a huge announcement the week of my birthday. I have decided something. I just need to do a little bit more investigational journalism. It's the journalist in me that doesn't want to announce it yet, but I will be flipping my income one way. I have two options, and I just have to figure it out. And this is the great start to reinvent yourself and help your family out. And because I know a lot of people have lost their jobs due to what's going on in the world right now. And I lost my job due to what's going on in the world. I was going to retire May 20th, but I decided to retire a little bit early, and I lost my job due to they didn't have a plan for what's going on in the world right now. And for those of you who are just joining me, I was in the education space, so now it's time for me to flip my income. And by my birthday, you will definitely find out what I'm doing as far as flipping my income. But you guys just have to be patient with me. It's the investigational journalist that wants to do a little bit more research on me flipping my income. And so I hope this educational lesson on Ask When was informative, and I thank Autumn for coming back on and sharing her experiences, and I'll find more people that are in this space to help you guys out, and just in case you want to flip your income. But I will catch you guys later, you guys. Bye, you guys.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
You just listened to Ask When, the podcast. To become a guest in the show, visit our website at askwhen.weebly.com or call 816-591-3399. Just look for Danielle. Connect with Win on Twitter at Win Kelly Charles and like our Facebook page at Butterflies of Wisdom. You can also purchase Win's book through Amazon.com or get a copy of the audiobook through Audible. Ask Win, the podcast.